Since childhood, we've been taught that hard work is the most reliable path to a successful life. Study hard, get a good job, and everything will be fine. This mantra, repeated generation after generation, shapes our perception of money and success. But what if this perspective is fundamentally flawed? Robert Kiyosaki, in his reflections on finance and wealth, presents a bold idea. Working solely for money is a mistake. Think about it. Most people spend years, even decades, in careers that offer short-term security but fail to provide true long-term freedom. They work to earn a paycheck, spend what they earn, and return to work the next month. It's an endless cycle that often traps them in the rat race, a term Kiyosaki popularized to describe the frantic routine of working to survive without ever achieving financial independence. But why is working just for money a mistake? The answer goes far beyond the concept of money itself. It's a matter of mindset, priorities, and above all, long-term vision. When you work solely for a paycheck, you're trading time for money, a resource that is inherently limited. Sooner or later, you realize you'll never have enough time to earn all the money you need. On the other hand, those who see beyond this limited logic discover that the true secret isn't working for money, but making money work for you. In this video, we'll explore why the working for money mindset limits your possibilities, uncover the hidden traps of this system, and show you how to break free from it. Kiyosaki's vision isn't just about earning more, but about thinking differently. He invites us to reassess our beliefs, question the status quo, and adopt strategies that can transform our relationship with work, money, and life. It's time to discover how to escape the rat race and build a path where money becomes your servant, not your master. Let's dive into this powerful concept and unlock new doors to your financial freedom. When Robert Kiyosaki asserts that working for money is a mistake, he's fundamentally criticizing the system that conditions us to rely on a fixed paycheck. Think about what happens when you land your first job. There's a sense of relief, a feeling of initial security knowing that money will be deposited at the end of the month. However, this security can quickly turn into a trap. Why? Because it leads us to believe that a salary is sufficient to sustain us, all while we overlook what we're truly selling, our invaluable time. Here's the critical point: time is finite, but money, in theory, can be unlimited. By exchanging your time for money, you're agreeing to a natural cap on your earnings. No matter how hard you work, a day will still only have 24 hours, and the value of your time will always be set by someone else, your employer. This dependency keeps most people locked in a lifelong struggle to maintain their lifestyle, while neglecting the opportunity to create genuine wealth. Kiyosaki likens this dynamic to a hamster running on a wheel. The hamster moves continuously, expends energy, yet never gets anywhere. Similarly, working solely to pay bills and sustain monthly expenses becomes a tiring routine devoid of any long-term purpose. He highlights the critical mistake of failing to question this cycle. If you keep doing what you've always done, you'll keep getting the same results. So what's the alternative? The key, according to Kiyosaki, is learning to think like an investor, not an employee. An investor seeks ways to make money work for them, while an employee works to earn money. This means acquiring or creating assets, things that put money in your pocket, such as real estate, businesses, stocks, or royalties from books and music. These assets, when wisely chosen, continue to generate income even while you're sleeping, resting, or dedicating your time to more meaningful pursuits. However, embracing this mindset requires redefining what security means. Working for money offers the illusion of stability, whereas building assets involves risk and uncertainty. Yet, it is within this challenging terrain that the greatest financial and personal rewards lie. One of the biggest traps of working solely for money is the lack of control over your financial future. When we rely exclusively on a paycheck, we are effectively handing over the power to shape our destiny to someone else, our employer. Think about it. If you lose your job, your primary source of income disappears instantly. This dependence puts most people in a vulnerable position, where critical decisions about their career and life are often influenced by the fear of losing this so-called security. Robert Kiyosaki argues that true security doesn't come from a paycheck, but from the ability to create multiple streams of income. He uses the concept of assets as the cornerstone of this strategy. Assets are anything that puts money in your pocket consistently, without requiring your constant physical presence or effort. These can include real estate investments, stock dividends, businesses that operate independently of your direct involvement, or even intellectual property like books or music. To better understand this logic, imagine two people, John and Anna. John has a great job and earns a high salary, but he spends almost all of it maintaining his lifestyle. He believes he's in a strong financial position, but in reality, he's just one layoff or economic downturn away from financial collapse. On the other hand, Anna earns less than John, but uses part of her income to invest in assets, such as shares in solid companies and rental properties. Over time, Anna's passive income begins to grow, and she realizes she can live comfortably without relying solely on a job. This crucial difference between John and Anna is what Kiyosaki calls the rich mindset versus the poor mindset. It's not about how much you earn, but how you use the money you earn. People with a rich mindset focus on financial freedom, asking, "How can I make my money work for me?" Meanwhile, those with a poor mindset are often focused on spending or merely saving for emergencies, without investing in anything that could generate future income. Kiyosaki emphasizes that changing this mindset starts with financial education. It's not something we learn in school, where the focus is on preparing people to be good employees, not savvy investors. Learning to identify investment opportunities, understand how money grows, and distinguish between liabilities and assets are essential steps to escaping the rat race. One of Robert Kiyosaki's most provocative ideas is that the education system, more often than not, prepares people to be obedient workers rather than financially free individuals. Think about it. From an early age, we're taught to value good grades, earn a degree, and eventually secure a good job. The goal is clear to guarantee a stable income. But what's rarely taught is how to achieve financial independence or how money truly operates in the real world. This gap in financial education leads many people to believe that a high-paying job is the pinnacle of success. However, Kiyosaki challenges this notion, arguing that by working for money, you're merely enriching someone else, whether it's the company owner or its shareholders. True freedom begins when you learn to use your time and resources to create wealth for yourself, rather than merely contributing to someone else's profits. Here's where Kiyosaki introduces a crucial distinction, the difference between liabilities and assets. He explains that many people think they're investing when, in reality, they're accumulating liabilities. For example, buying a house to live in is often considered an investment, but in truth, that house typically takes money out of your pocket through mortgages, maintenance, and taxes. On the other hand, purchasing a property that generates rental income is an asset, as it regularly puts money into your pocket. This simple yet powerful distinction separates those who build wealth from those who remain trapped in the rat race. Kiyosaki also emphasizes the need to rethink our relationship with risk. Many people shy away from investing out of fear of losing money. Yet he argues that the greatest risk of all is not investing and staying reliant on a single source of income. By avoiding calculated risks, you're actually accepting a much greater risk, the possibility of never achieving financial freedom. Overcoming this fear requires gaining knowledge and experience. The more you learn about finances and investments, the more confident you become in making decisions that once seemed intimidating. This is the essence of financial education. It's not just about knowing how much something costs, but understanding how to make money grow and work for you. The idea of working solely for money also carries a profound psychological impact, often overlooked. When your primary motivation is the paycheck at the end of the month, you're more likely to accept situations that don't fulfill you, whether it's a toxic work environment or a lack of time for family and friends. This creates a sense of entrapment, an emotional dependency that prevents many people from seeking alternatives. Robert Kiyosaki emphasizes that when you work exclusively for money, you're not just limiting your finances, you're also sacrificing your personal freedom. It's akin to trading precious hours of your life for something that's often spent almost immediately. He poses a thought-provoking question. Is it worth spending 40 years of your life making someone else rich while you struggle to pay your own bills? The solution to this trap isn't simply quitting your job on the spot or ignoring your financial responsibilities. Instead, change begins by adopting an owner's mindset rather than that of an employee. This means seeing your job not as an end, but as a means, a stepping stone to creating something greater. While most people work to pay bills, those with a rich mindset use their jobs as platforms to gain knowledge, develop skills, and save initial capital to invest in assets. For instance, imagine someone working at a restaurant. Instead of merely performing their duties, they could observe how the business operates, learning about cost management, customer service, and marketing. Over time, this knowledge could be applied to open their own restaurant or invest in similar ventures. This approach transforms work into an opportunity for growth and learning rather than just a source of income. Another critical point Kiyosaki highlights is the importance of building multiple streams of income. Relying on a single job places all your eggs in one basket. If something goes wrong, such as a layoff, an economic crisis, or health issues, your financial stability can collapse. Developing alternative income streams, such as investments, small businesses, or side ventures, mitigates this risk and provides greater long-term security. Transitioning to this new way of thinking doesn't happen overnight. It starts with small steps, setting aside a portion of your salary to invest, dedicating time to learning about finances, and taking calculated risks. Over time, these efforts accumulate, creating a snowball effect that puts you on the path to true financial independence. One of the key points raised by Robert Kiyosaki is that working solely for money traps many people in a short-term mindset. When the focus is exclusively on the monthly paycheck, financial decisions tend to be based on immediate needs like paying bills, buying consumer goods, or planning small short-term rewards. However, this kind of thinking makes it difficult to build sustainable wealth, which requires long-term vision and patience. A story that perfectly illustrates this concept is about two friends, Lucas and Raphael. Both have stable jobs and earn similar salaries. Lucas works hard but spends almost everything he earns to maintain his lifestyle, buying new cars and financing trips with debt. He believes he deserves to enjoy the fruits of his labor but never sets aside money for the future. Raphael, on the other hand, lives more modestly and invests a significant portion of his income in stocks and real estate. He understands that every dollar invested today can multiply in the future, laying the foundation for financial independence. After 10 years, the differences between Lucas and Raphael are stark. Lucas remains dependent on his monthly salary with no savings or assets, while Raphael has enough passive income to cover his basic expenses. He has reached what Kiyosaki calls financial freedom, the point where you no longer need to work to live because your assets are working for you. This example highlights the importance of looking beyond immediacy. While working for money may provide temporary relief, it is the creation of assets that ensures long-term stability and financial growth. Achieving this requires adopting habits of discipline and planning. Small changes, such as cutting unnecessary expenses, avoiding consumer debt, and reinvesting profits can have a significant impact over time. Another critical element Kiyosaki emphasizes is the role of leverage. While most people focus on increasing their income by working harder, the wealthy use tools like investments and systems to maximize the potential of their money. A classic example is using credit to acquire productive assets. Instead of financing cars or depreciating goods, the wealthy leverage loans to purchase income-generating properties or invest in businesses that create cash flow. This smart approach allows money to work more efficiently, generating returns far beyond what is possible through personal effort alone. By understanding and applying these principles, you can begin to transform your relationship with money. Working for money stops being the only option and becomes just a starting point for building a financially free and more fulfilling future. Another crucial aspect of understanding why working solely for money is a mistake lies in the notion that money itself doesn't solve financial problems. At first glance, this might seem contradictory, but Kiyosaki often emphasizes that a lack of financial education is the true obstacle to achieving financial independence. He explains that even when people receive salary increases or unexpected windfalls, many quickly spend it all, returning to the same situation as before or worse. This phenomenon is known as the balloon effect, where a person's expenses rise proportionally with their income. For instance, imagine someone earning 5,000 reals per month starts earning 8,000 reals. Instead of saving or investing the difference, they're likely to increase their standard of living, buying a more expensive car, moving to a larger home, or traveling more frequently. The result? Despite earning more, they remain without financial reserves or income-generating assets. Kiyosaki underscores the importance of living below your means while building wealth. This doesn't mean deprivation, but rather prioritization. Money spent on liabilities like credit card debt, luxury goods, or unnecessary financing could be redirected toward acquiring assets. This is the secret of the wealthy. They prioritize building a solid financial future over indulging in immediate gratification. A powerful metaphor Kiyosaki uses to explain this concept is the difference between planting seeds and consuming the harvest. When you invest, you're planting seeds that will grow over time, providing a continuous supply of fruits. But if you consume everything you earn, there are no seeds left to plant, leaving your financial future vulnerable to external factors like changes in the job market or the economy. Additionally, working exclusively for money often prevents people from exploring their true potential. When we're stuck in the cycle of working to pay bills, there's little time or energy left to develop new skills, learn about investments, or pursue entrepreneurial opportunities. This limitation isn't just financial, it's personal and emotional as well. The solution, according to Kiyosaki, lies in adopting a proactive approach to personal finance. Instead of waiting for a raise or a promotion, start seeking ways to build independence. This could involve educating yourself about investments, identifying alternative income streams, or even starting a small side business. The key is to take control of your finances rather than relying solely on the next paycheck. By shifting your focus from earning to building, you not only secure your financial future, but also free yourself to explore opportunities that align with your personal goals and passions. It's about planting the seeds today that will grow into a more stable and fulfilling tomorrow. When you start looking beyond the idea of working for money, you realize that financial freedom isn't just about accumulating wealth, it's about gaining control over your time and choices. Robert Kiyosaki emphasizes that the rich don't think merely in terms of money amassed, but in what it represents, freedom. This concept transforms the way you view work, investments, and even risk. To better understand this, consider the idea of productive assets and how they connect to freedom. Imagine you own a small apartment that generates 1,500 reals in rental income each month. Now think about how many hours you'd need to work at your current job to earn the same amount. For many people, this equates to dozens of hours each month. But with an asset, income flows, and even when you're not physically present. Now, envision multiplying that passive income through various investments. You'd significantly reduce your dependence on a traditional job. Kiyosaki argues that this is the true goal of financial independence, having enough income from assets to cover your living expenses, allowing you to decide how to spend your time. This doesn't necessarily mean you'll stop working, but rather that you'll work because you choose to, not because you have to. This shift in perspective is transformative and can lead to a more balanced and fulfilling life. A common barrier to achieving this freedom is the fear of taking risks. Many people prefer the security of a fixed job over investing in something without immediate guarantees. However, Kiyosaki argues that true security comes from knowledge and action. When you educate yourself about finances and learn to evaluate investments, risk diminishes significantly because your decisions are informed and strategic. Another key point is that the wealthy see money as a tool, not an end in itself. Working solely to earn a paycheck is like using a tool just to keep it functioning without creating anything of value. By investing in assets, however, you use that tool to build something that grows over time and works for you. This logic is exemplified in Kiyosaki's well-known board game Cash Flow. The goal of the game is to escape the rat race accumulating enough assets so that your passive income exceeds your expenses. This playful experience teaches what many people never learn in real life. You don't need to be a millionaire to achieve financial freedom. You just need a strategy that allows your assets to work for you. By embracing this mindset and taking proactive steps, you can shift from being a worker tied to a paycheck to someone who builds a life where time and money are no longer constraints, but resources that serve your goals. One of Robert Kiyosaki's most impactful lessons is that true wealth isn't measured by how much money you earn, but by how long you can live without relying on a paycheck. This idea compels us to completely rethink the concept of financial success. It's not about accumulating material possessions or achieving a high salary. It's about building a solid foundation of assets that provide security, stability, and most importantly, freedom. Kiyosaki asserts that working for money keeps people trapped in a cycle of dependency because they never learn how to build something that operates without their constant involvement. He compares this dynamic to carrying buckets of water every day to supply a house. Meanwhile, someone who understands the importance of creating assets builds a plumbing system that transports the water automatically. At first, this approach may seem more difficult and time-consuming, but in the long run, it guarantees sustainable results with less effort. This principle also applies to the world of business. Many people dream of becoming entrepreneurs but end up creating businesses that rely entirely on their time and effort. If they stop working, the business stops generating income. In contrast, an entrepreneur with an investor mindset builds businesses that can operate independently. This involves creating systems, delegating tasks, and investing in processes that enhance efficiency and automation. Another crucial point is the importance of reinvestment. Many people who achieve initial success end up spending their profits on luxuries or liabilities, returning to square one. Kiyosaki emphasizes that the wealthy use their earnings to acquire even more assets, creating a virtuous cycle of growth. This practice, known as strategic reinvestment, is what allows wealth to multiply over time. Additionally, Kiyosaki highlights that the right mindset is just as important as the actions you take. Working solely for money often fosters a scarcity mindset, where people are constantly worried about preserving what they have instead of expanding their opportunities. In contrast, those who think like investors cultivate an abundance mindset, where every decision is driven by growth potential rather than fear of loss. This mindset is what enables individuals to see money as a powerful tool. While most people use money only to cover expenses and satisfy immediate desires, the wealthy put money to work, transforming it into a constant generator of opportunities and wealth. This approach not only reshapes your finances, but also transforms the way you live and think. By adopting these principles, you shift from being someone who works for money to someone who lets money work for them, unlocking a life of greater freedom and possibilities. A fundamental aspect Robert Kiyosaki addresses is the relationship between money and continuous learning. He argues that one reason people remain stuck in the rat race is their belief that after earning a degree or initial qualification, there's no need to keep learning about money or how it works. This mindset lies at the heart of the problem of working solely for money. Without solid financial education, even high earners often live paycheck to paycheck or accumulate debt. While others with modest incomes manage to build wealth, Kiyosaki also challenges the traditional concept of financial security, often tied to job stability. He points out that this stability is an illusion, as it depends on external factors such as the state of the economy, a company's performance, or decisions made by others. By focusing on building assets, you create a financial foundation that doesn't rely entirely on external forces. This independence reduces stress and enhances your ability to make decisions with clarity and purpose. To illustrate this, Kiyosaki proposes a reflection exercise. Pause and analyze your current financial situation. How many sources of income do you have beyond your salary? If you stopped working today, how long could you maintain your lifestyle? These questions are crucial because they highlight the gap between the illusion of security and true financial freedom. Another powerful concept Kiyosaki introduces is leverage. He explains that the wealthy use other people's time, money, and skills to accelerate their wealth creation. A classic example of this is using loans to acquire income-generating real estate. While many see debt as inherently negative, Kiyosaki demonstrates how debt can be a powerful tool when used to purchase assets that appreciate or produce cash flow. Leverage, however, isn't limited to money. Kiyosaki encouraged people to use their time strategically. Instead of working solely to earn a paycheck, he suggests investing time in developing valuable skills, such as learning about investments, sales, entrepreneurship, or technology. These skills not only increase your ability to generate active income, but also pave the way for creating passive income streams. This transformation begins with a shift in perspective. Instead of asking, "How much do I earn?" the question should become, "How can I make my money and my time work for me?" This simple mindset shift lays the groundwork for smarter financial decisions, enabling you to escape the cycle of relying exclusively on a job. By embracing continuous learning, strategic leverage, and a proactive mindset, you can move closer to achieving financial independence where your assets work for you, giving you the freedom to choose how to spend your time and live your life. One of the most transformative principles Robert Kiyosaki presents is the power of scaling your financial freedom through education and strategic vision. He explains that while most people focus on increasing their active income, the income that directly depends on their work, the wealthy are more concerned with expanding their passive income. This income, generated by assets like real estate, stocks, or automated businesses, is what allows them to escape the rat race and experience true freedom. To understand this in practice, think about how the wealthy use something called the rule of three assets. They prioritize three main categories of investments: businesses, real estate, and financial instruments such as stocks and funds. These assets, when well managed, create a sustainable wealth generation cycle. For example, a person might start by investing in financial instruments, such as company stocks, to build capital. Then they can reinvest those profits into cash flow generating real estate or even their own business. Each asset feeds into the other, creating a robust financial safety net. Additionally, Kiyosaki highlights the importance of diversifying sources of passive income. He explains that relying on only one type of asset is risky, as unforeseen events can affect its profitability. For example, the real estate market may experience fluctuations, as can stocks, but the combination of different assets helps balance these risks. This approach reduces dependence on any one sector or specific income source, offering greater stability and peace of mind. Another point frequently addressed by Kiyosaki is the value of failure as a learning tool. Many people avoid investing or starting a business because they are afraid of losing money or making mistakes. However, he emphasizes that failure is an inevitable and necessary part of the path to success. Every mistake offers valuable lessons, and the wealthy understand that practical learning often outweighs any formal course. For example, when investing in stocks for the first time, you might face initial losses, but over time, you learn to better assess the market and make more informed decisions. Similarly, when starting a business, you are likely to encounter unexpected challenges, but these experiences build resilience and increase your ability to manage risks. For Kiyosaki, the important thing is to start, even modestly, and use each step as a rung on the ladder toward larger goals. Finally, he emphasizes that building wealth is not just about accumulating money, but about creating a life with purpose and meaning. When you no longer need to work for money, you can dedicate your time to the things that truly matter, whether it's spending more time with family, helping your community, or exploring your personal passions. This is the true power of financial freedom, the ability to live a life designed by you, not limited by the demands of a job or debt. Throughout this journey, we have explored Robert Kiyosaki's ideas on why working for money is a mistake, and how this mindset can limit your opportunities to achieve true financial freedom. From the moment you trade time for a paycheck to the pitfalls of relying solely on a single income source, it has become clear that this traditional approach is fraught with risks and limitations. The central point Kiyosaki advocates is that financial independence does not depend on how much you earn, but on how you use what you earn. Those who remain trapped in the belief that hard work alone is enough often overlook the power of investing, building assets, and developing an entrepreneurial mindset. In contrast, those who understand that money should work for them take the first steps to escape the rat race and enter a cycle of continuous growth. Kiyosaki also invites us to reassess our beliefs about risk, security, and learning. He teaches that the greatest risk is failing to prepare for the future and depending exclusively on external factors, such as jobs or traditional economies. On the other hand, those who embrace financial education and make strategic, asset-based decisions are not only creating wealth but also building a life of choices. The essence of this transformation begins with a shift in mindset. Instead of asking, "How much will I earn?" the question should be, "How can I use this money to generate more money?" Rather than seeking security in a paycheck, seek freedom through investments and multiple income streams. Every step toward a rich mindset, such as saving to invest, learning about finance, or developing valuable skills, is a step toward independence. Finally, remember that financial freedom is not just about numbers, it's about the life you want to create. It's about having time for your passions, for your family, and for contributing to the world in ways that bring you fulfillment. Working for money is a limited choice, but making money work for you opens doors to an unlimited future. The challenge now is simple yet powerful. Start. Make small changes today, make more conscious decisions, and allow yourself to learn from mistakes along the way. Every step counts, and each choice can bring you closer to a life of purpose, abundance, and true financial freedom. As Kiyosaki often says, it's not about how much money you make, but how much you keep and how you make it work for you.